I was reveling in my newfound freedom. I had come a long way from being the uptight little architect obsessed with budgets and schedules. I was open to anything. I had never been more relaxed in my adult life than I was at that moment, and I savored it. In the small fishing village where I lived and worked, all of the Farangs, foreigners, knew each other. They were mostly men with Thai wives or girlfriends, but it was a good start to meeting other people. And Thai people are very friendly, so I spent a lot of time on the beach and at beach bars drinking. The work situation was a little more complicated than my glorious free time. Hank was the lead trainer of the TEFL, teaching English as a foreign language program, when I took the course. When I returned to town, he hired me, and I reported directly to him. Simon and Kelly, the assistant trainers on the program, also taught me while I was taking the course, and now I was training underneath them. At the top of the hierarchy was Barney, the big boss, who owned the TEFL company and had TEFL centers in different parts of the world, but he was thirsty for more. As soon as I started working, there was a course in session with a new group of trainees ready to learn how to teach English. Most were American, British, and Canadian. I mostly sat in the back to observe the trainers and did a lot of paperwork. Assisting John was going well, and Simon and Kelly helped by showing me the ropes. Life was beautiful up until the moment when it wasn't anymore. It was probably after about 6 months that things got involved. The strategy at the time was as follows. Barney wanted a center in as many countries as possible, but in Europe he only had 2 locations, Spain and Italy. He saw France as a key location, and he was obsessed with getting a center started there as soon as possible. Along with France, at the top of his list were Egypt and South Korea. All of us trainer assistants were a part of his larger, diabolical plan to take over the TEFL world. Seriously. The problem was that none of us were privy to this program. Simon, a Swiss national, had been working for Barney for 5 years and was very experienced, so Barney wanted to send him to start up a center in France since he spoke French and understood the culture. Kelly, an equally experienced American, would be sent to set up a course in Egypt. I would be trained up quickly to be sent to South Korea. There were also plans to bring in an expert teacher named Iris to come to the center first for a briefing, and then she would go to France with Simon to run that program. None of us really wanted to be sent anywhere. As for me, I was enjoying the beach life in Thailand. All I did was walk around barefoot with a wide array of sarongs. I was finally always relaxed. I think the other trainers were even more attached to this part of the world than I was. When Simon was ordered to go to France, he refused and finally quit. When Kelly was ordered to go to Egypt, she refused and quit. And then there was a long pause of about 2 to 3 weeks of calm, where I was pretty much on pins and needles about what would happen next. Still, I had to do a visa run, which meant I had to cross the border to one of Thailand's neighboring countries to renew my tourist visa for Thailand before it expired. Employers typically went along with giving time off for this because, well, most didn't want to do the paperwork required to have foreign employees with correct work visas. So I went to Malaysia for a short bit to think about things. For whatever reason, even though I was still slated to go to South Korea, I knew deep down I probably would be sent to France, and I wasn't sure if that was what I wanted. To find out what happens next, stay tuned for the next installment of Nomad Before It Was Cool.